Hey, welcome back in on a windy homecoming weekend. Out here, Hood Money. It's your guy Benny Boone holding it down for you yet again for another week. You know what I'm saying? Everything was pretty good last week. We had winners on top of winners last week. Back in action, you know what I'm saying? After that brief slab, we came back strong. You know what I'm saying? How you do it? How you supposed to do it? That's why there's more games to be played, more W's yet to get. You know what I'm saying? It's an interesting week 7. You know what I'm saying? Picked up a couple of W's last week. Gonna recap it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of teams went down. There was a lot of teams in the NFC, doing their thing. AFC was some struggles, it was some bads. We made it through, you know what I'm saying? To get you to the recap action here. Got it in there. As you can see, you know what I'm saying? There's some surprises out there. Wasn't too many, you know what I'm saying? The Raiders, you know what I'm saying, ended up messing up that one parlay for who ended up getting double-digit wins, 10 for 13, you know what I'm saying? That's how we're supposed to be doing it, 10 or better. Steelers messed up one parlay, you know what I'm saying? So we was close. That was supposed to be the guaranteed one, but instead of the fourth one, instead of the second one, it was the fourth one. You know what I'm saying? We went on down, got them wins with the Bears, Giants, Cowboys, Patriots out there, and then we went on ahead, and we got them winners too. We went on ahead, we got them winners. Got them winners on the finally hit on the prop board, you know what I'm saying? Give us 2 wins, give us 6 wins going into week 8, 6 out of 7 with 7 wins is pretty decent, but we need more W's, you know what I'm saying? On the underside of the board, me and my man from the streets, as you can see, it was another vicious tie. It was another vicious tie out there. You know what I'm saying? A couple, 2 out of 4 both ways, you know what I'm saying? A couple things would have switched up, and we would have had that. We'd have got those for you, so we can keep working on everything. We're working on everything out there, you know what I'm saying? It's week 8, trying to keep getting them W's. We're looking forward to double-digit wins right now, you know what I'm saying? It's about that time. We got homecoming going on in the city, you know what I'm saying? People coming through to check on us, make sure we good out here. Just play a game of football and party a little bit, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about in the city, you know what I'm saying? As we get ready for week 8 coming at you. Week 8 is here, it's coming, it's tonight, it's Thursday night, you know what I'm saying? It's the big boy, kind of take it all in, you know what I'm saying? Take everything in right there. It's gonna be an interesting week out here. It's gonna be an interesting week. We got a lot of 5-2 teams out here, and the AFC. It's like 8 losing teams. It's 8 losing teams, 8 winning teams. And NFC is only 4 losing teams. You know what I'm saying? There's only 4 losing teams out there. The rest of the teams are 500 or better. So, it's shaping up to be an interesting season. Teams are supposed to be doing some winning. It's going to get back to winning. And the teams that ain't been winning, well, you know what that say. You know what that say. They're going to have to step it up. So here we go. We got the Vikings. We got the Chargers. Chargers been a disappointing for the gamblers this year. Haven't really lived up to the potential that they're supposed to. They've been interesting though. Interesting team. They've been stacking some wins. They've been trying to stay in that Western Conference the Western Conference race out there. It's going to be an interesting one. They're going to try to stay in it, and I see them picking up a win. Herb has not looked that great. Johnson started off hasn't been catching a lot. Evans has definitely been steady. The running game has been going okay. They can't seem to put it all together on a weekly basis. They're exchanging wins and losses right now. They are trying to keep pace with the Broncos in that West, currently tied with the Chiefs. I see them getting this win on Thursday. Thursday's been a lot of upsets. You've seen the Giants beat Philly out there. You know what I'm saying? You've seen Pittsburgh go down out there. Prime time in general. Prime time's been upset. You've seen the Falcons, take care of the business. It's been a lot of upsets. But we're gonna stick with the favorite here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go against the trend, but we're gonna say Carson Wentz is gonna continue to struggle. They're gonna continue to figure that quarterback situation out after getting rid of Sam Darnold out there. So we'll see how that works decided I'm gonna take the Chargers in that game on the money line just to be safe. Stay at home, but still gotta be safe with the Chargers. All right, the next matchup will be the Dolphins and the Falcons. 7.5-point spread. You'll see a lot of 7.5-point spreads out here simply because that's just the way the bookie put it. This week, I'd advise you to buy that half a point just to make everything good. Even if it's 6.5, buy that half a point. The Falcons are at home, trying to get back to winning. Had a great showing last week. Dolphins, coaches on the hot seat, quarterbacks on the hot seat. They got people out, injuries, all type of stuff going on in Miami. Don't see them fixing those issues anytime soon until there's a shakeup, or maybe they get something in before the trade deadline. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say the Falcons win. I'm gonna say the Falcons go home after absorbing that primetime loss to the Niners, and they go ahead and get this win at home. All right, our next matchup will be the Bengals and the Jets. Bengals got back in the AFC playoff conversation thanks to Joe Flacco finally finding his receivers out there. Jets continue to lose. Jets owner publicly criticized Fields, and he most likely deserves it. I mean, they haven't looked this bad in a long time. After a while, you got to point the finger at who you got to point the finger at. You know, this is Fields is the third team right now, and he hasn't looked good with any of them. And there's always been negative things to say. I mean, like the owner said, the skills look like they're there. It's just like he just doesn't have that winning mentality to get it done. We haven't seen it so far. I look for the Bengals. Look for the Bengals to get back to 500 at home. I look for Joe Flacco to stay strong early in the year. I don't believe they'll actually get to the playoffs, but it could be interesting because Joe Burrow is expected to come back later on this year. So, you know, anything can happen right there. But for this week, I'm going to take the Bengals. I'm going to take the Bengals at home on the money line. Our next matchup will be the Browns versus the Patriots. Patriots look real good, 5-2, number one in their division, and with a heck of a record after last year, trying to put some things together. The Browns also trying to put some things together. They went to Gabriel, had successful results last week. They'll continue to go to Gabriel until something else changes. As long as he keeps winning, that he won't keep playing. Drake Mayers look real good. Booties look good out there for them. The running game with Trevion Henderson and them look real good. I like what the Patriots are doing. I like what the coach is doing. I like how they scheme the game up. I'm definitely going to lean toward the Patriots at home, both on the spread and the money line, to take care of the Browns. Browns should end up in the cellar of the AFC North, which this year looks like the AFC South, and the AFC South looks like the AFC North if you've been watching for previous years. All right, our next matchup is the Giants-Eagles. 2 weeks later, it's a vengeance game, one of those upset games where the Giants took care of business, handed the Eagles a defeat. The Eagles bounced back last week, beat Minnesota, looking to keep it rolling, stay on top of that NFC East division. Giants took a tough loss, historic loss, giving up 33 points in the fourth quarter to lose that game last week. Feel like there's still going to be a hangover with that. They do have some young pieces with Dart and Scatterboo, Wan'Dale Robinson. The defense is decent. The Eagles, they got their man Brandon Graham back after retiring and coming back. He wanted to be a part of this championship run, so he'll be back. I'm not sure how much he'll play, if at all, this week, but he will be back in the fold, which will improve the Eagles' defense and the rotation. Hurts, Brown, you know, they got to figure it out. Smith, like I said, Smith, Heisman Trophy winning receiver. A.J. Brown's a monster. They need somebody to get them the ball more consistently. That running game isn't working like it was last year, nor should it. I mean, you don't expect a guy to run for 2,000 yards in consecutive years. I'm going to go with the Eagles to get that vengeance. I'm going to go split the series 1-1 and get that win at home. All right, another 7.5-point spread would be the Bills and the Panthers. Panthers doing pretty good. Panthers, Bryce Young put together his first winning streak. Gotta give him his props on that. He finally put it together, and just as he put it together, he got injured. So, you know, got injured. Andy Dalton will be out there this week. The Bills coming from a bye, trying to get back in the W column. They're trying to catch the Patriots right now, who beat them early in the year. They still have another game with them, looking to stay close and continue to rule that division. It's going to be an interesting game. Josh Allen, not currently the MVP front runner, as it most likely is Baker Mayfield right now. But you know, he's been doing good things. He's been doing things consistently, been winning consistently. I see him coming back off the bye and putting this thing together with Cook and Coleman and Khalil Shakir and them. with that D. Panthers have a decent D, but Andy Dalton is going to shake things up a little bit. The running game looks actually pretty good. Rico Dowdle is a good pickup for them. Chuba Hubbard, when he comes back, that'll be interesting. Well, for this week, I'm going to take the Bills. I'm going to take the Bills on the spread, and if you want, make some money, you take the Bills. Or I'll take the Bills on the money line, but you could take them on the spread. It's going to be interesting. They're going to be on the road, but I look for them to win big to get back in that win column this week. Our next matchup features Bears-Ravens. Bears-Ravens going to be interesting simply because we do not know if Lamar Jackson will be starting the game. We do not know if he's going to be in the game or not. We go figure. He hasn't practiced so far. Leaning towards their backup going in there. And handling business against the Bears, who've been pretty hot. Got that vengeance game against the Commanders, and hopefully they won't go on a vicious losing streak like they did last year. Caleb Williams just looked better, turning the ball over a lot less and pushing that ball downfield to his receivers. DeAndre Swift looks good. Doomsday out there. They have a nice core. Out there. And I actually look for the Bears to win this game. I look for the Bears to win this game on the spread or on the money line. I'm going to be taking both simply because I think this is going to be the upset of the week. I think the Ravens are pretty much done. I mean, they could have made the playoffs if Lamar Jackson would have stayed healthy. Unfortunately, that's not a reality, and I don't see them making it with a backup quarterback, and even with the pieces, they have exceptional pieces, but with a backup quarterback, I don't see them actually making it, especially in the tough AFC right now. All right, which would lead us to our next games, which would be Texans versus the Niners. Niners been looking good this year. Texans just picked up a win last week to try to get back in the race in their division. Niners lead their division currently, looking to stay atop that division. Niners been doing some good things, even though a lot of people have been getting injured. Bosa and Warner are both gone on the defense. The defense did actually look good last week in getting that W. And handling the Falcons, and the Texans also picked up a W, even though they didn't look that impressive in doing it. They have some of the same pieces. Mixon still isn't back in the backfield, so look for him to return to boost that running game. Willie Marks, but besides that, they haven't really shown us much this year. So I'm going to also take the Niners for the underdog to go and on the road and win that game. Not sure if Brock Purdy or Mac Jones will be playing. Hopefully it'll be Mac Jones because he seems to be giving them the spark they needed. But they might roll Purdy out there. If they roll Purdy out there, I'd probably leave the game alone just for right now. But if Mac Jones play, actually I'd just take it anyway because Houston they ain't been doing much this year. So I don't believe that they can actually beat the Niners. So I would take the Niners on the money line this week. All right, Buccaneers going on the road to play the Saints. Saints, one of those losing teams in the NFC. Buccaneers trying to stay atop of that division out there. Looks pretty good for them so far. They've been doing some great things. Like I said, Baker Mayfield's been, there's a tale of two quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield's one of the best. Spencer Rattler is one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen. He's got one win so far in his career. He will be looking to get his second win. I don't see it happening this week, even though the Buccaneers have most likely probably have none of their receivers. The only receiver they might have is the rookie, but Evans sustained a season-ending injury, and Goodwin is also not going to be back. Bucky Irvin is also not going to be back, so they'll be having a lot of new pieces out there. I don't think it's going to matter against this Saints team, which is why I'm going to take the Buccaneers. You could take the Saints and the points if you wanted to, but I'd take the Buccaneers to win that game. All right, our next matchup, pretty big matchup, features the Cowboys and the Broncos. Two teams is trying to get into the playoffs this year. Two teams that's looked pretty decent at times, pretty bad at times. They both playing each other. It's going to be in Denver. The edge is going to be thin. The hits are going to be sweet, and we're going to see who pulls it out. Dak Prescott's been looking pretty good. George Pickens, like I said early in the season, didn't know what they had with Williams. Turns out he's a pretty decent running back. I knew what they had in Pickens, and pairing him with CeeDee Lamb is a great addition, especially when Lamb got injured and Pickens had to suit that number one spot. They basically have two number ones.
Good running game. Dak Prescott's still that average quarterback, but he can push the ball down the field and get it done in times. I don't think he'll get it done this week. Broncos. Bo Nix has been looking pretty good. The oldest of those rookie quarterbacks from last year. It looks like he's been playing a lot of football. Historic comeback win, 33 points last week. Never give up mentality. That's Bo Nix for you. Gonna put up a lot of points. It all came together for them in the fourth quarter. After scoring no points in the first three quarters, which kind of leans into the inconsistency, but still the specialness of what the Broncos could bring. I seen the Broncos winning this week at home, taking care of business and keeping the Cowboys in that rotate wins and losses. All right, our next matchup is the biggest spread of the week. It'll be the AFC number one in the AFC is currently the Colts playing one of the worst teams in the AFC, the Titans. Titans still haven't gotten things figured out. They look good. They look good all year though. They've been doing some things. They probably just needed a couple more offensive pieces, a couple more defensive players to really have a team that's going to contend for anything. The Colts have looked decent so far. They have well, the schedule hasn't been tough for them so far, which is probably leaning to why they're winning. But still, the efficiency is, you can't deny that. The number one in the offense in the league. Jonathan Taylor is number one running back in scoring in the league. They've been looking pretty good. I look for that to continue for at least another week before the schedule gets considerably harder for them. And then that's what we'll see what the Colts actually have. I would not bet this game, but I would take the Colts to go ahead and cover that spread just because they have been covering the spreads left and right this year. And the Titans, Cam Ward still needs a couple more games. All right, the matchup of teacher versus student here. We got the Steelers, we got the Packers. Packers going to go to Pittsburgh and try to get that W. Steelers trying to get everything back together, trying to get back in the W column, keep up in that AFC North. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. Love has been up and down. He has lost a couple of his receivers this year, but he still has a few, along with the backfield with Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs been looking real good again this year. Steelers are number one in their division, actually. Even though they absorbed that loss, they're looking to try to stay that way. Aaron Rodgers has looked pretty good. It's just the defense. The defense has been horrible this year. You would have never expected, could have won that parlay last week. You would have never expected for them to go down the field on the Steelers and score that touchdown at the end. Joe Flacco on the Bengals after it looked like the Steelers would win that game. But the D has been lacking this year, and it's for that reason they're going to need to figure some things out. I mean, I said at the beginning of the year they probably wouldn't have over 500 record. Depending on the way the division look, they might do. They might finish 9-8. I'm still thinking they could finish 8-9. I think that I'm going to lean toward them in this game at home in the underdog role, simply because the Packers haven't quite put it all together quite yet. And Jordan Love can be inconsistent at times, especially on the road. Much better player at home than on the road. As for that reason, I'm going to take the Steelers on the money line. And that last matchup, that was a Sunday night matchup. Our last matchup of the week will be the Monday night matchup with the Chiefs and the Commanders. Probably the Super Bowl everybody was hoping for last year. Didn't turn out that way. Eagles took care of the Commanders and both the Chiefs. It was supposed to be a big game until last week happened and Jaden Daniels got injured once again. He hasn't been holding up this year. It was supposed to be a matchup of the best quarterback in the league versus the up-and-coming quarterback of the league. Now it's going to be Mariota versus Mahomes. And guess what? Kansas City are the favorites to win the Super Bowl. Like I was saying, they're good to win 8-9 straight games. Like I said, after week 6, once they start getting their weapons back, I mean, Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, and now he has his full complement of weapons. I see the Chiefs having no problems at home getting this done and handling the Commanders. Yet another loss. Commanders, one of those 4 teams with a losing record in the NFC. Doesn't look good for their playoff chances. Their wins have come from AFC. 2 out of 3 of their wins have come from AFC opponents, which doesn't do much for them in the playoff chase, losing all the games to the NFC opponents except for the Giants. And the Chiefs are fighting to stay within position of the Broncos. They still play the Broncos twice and also the Chargers. So they are in a good position now to win their division, but to win the conference. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We have for you. We got for you. Oh, boy. Here we go. We got technical difficulties. We got technical difficulties on the board. You know what I'm saying? Technical difficulties on the board. Let's just hold it down like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's hold it down. Let's keep everything there. We gonna keep everything like we keeping it. You know what I'm saying? Take it all in. Take it all in. As you see, we don't have any time score prop bets simply because you can look to last week's board. We taking all the same guys except for we switching out Saquon Barkley with Derrick Henry. We're taking all the same guys. We got that W. We might want to see that go again. So just for that, we gonna take it like that. All right. So parlay number 1. We got the Niners on the money line. We got the Eagles on the money line. We got the Chiefs with the spread. We got the Chargers on the money line. The next parlay will be the Bears on the money line, the Bills on the money line, Patriots with the spread, and the Broncos on the money line. All right, our third parlay will feature the Falcons on the money line, the Bengals on the money line, the Steelers on the money line, and the Buccaneers all on the money line. And our last parlay, we're going to go ahead at the Bears one more time, this time on the spread. We're going to take the Niners one more time on the money line. We're going to take the Bills one more time on the money line. We're going to take the Patriots this time on the money line. And we're going to throw in the Bengals there on the money line. All right. Our over-unders right there. So we got, for me, we're going to take the Colts and the Titans over. We got all overs this week. We like the overs. They look good to me. Dallas and Denver on the over. We got the Commanders and the Chiefs with the over. We got the Steelers and the Packers with the over. My man from the streets has put together his parlays. It was featured Cincinnati versus the Jets with the under, the Niners and the Texans with the over, Atlanta and Miami with the under, and the Eagles and the Giants to go once again. All right, there you go. There you have it. Good money. One more time, one more week. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing else to speak. We got all the parlays for you. We got all the props for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, check out the board last week. Check out all our boards. You know what I'm saying? We got them all up there. You check them out all from season 1 on, you know, to get you, you know, better in touch to what we're doing out here. And you know, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up this week. It's Benny Boone reminding you that you can always call the winners, because there's always gonna be another day for the winners. If that make any sense, I don't know, but I deep thoughts sometimes. All right, just signing off. Let's get this money.